Hello and welcome again to another episode of Battle Ready. And today we're going to talk about the big news in Warhammer, and that is the recent Battle Scroll. So in the before times, in the long ago, you would get the General's Handbook in sort of the summer time, and that would have maybe points changes, maybe some shake up some things, and then you'd have the winter FAQ where they changed other things. Now they've committed to doing things quarterly, so every 3 months. Now our first Battle Scroll, it wasn't perfect, but I thought it was really good. Do you remember the changes from the first Battle Scroll?
Things became, if you killed them, you get a point.
No, that's this one.
No, I don't remember the last Battle Scroll.
That's the one that changed Unleash Hell.
Oh yeah, and Heroic.
And Heroic Recovery. Both of the changes I thought were good. We got new War Scrolls for Nagash, Kragnos, and Archaon.
I feel like the Kragnos changes were good.
Yeah, I think all the changes were good.
It's a 1 in, how many armies are there?
How many armies total?
Yeah.
I think 25.
It's a 1 in 25 chance Kragnos is going to be fighting dragons.
Oh, yeah.
Or 1 in 25 chance he's going to be fighting Stormcast, which have a chance to have dragons.
Yep.
So it's like a 1 in 75%.
Yeah, that was a silly ability for silly things, and they got rid of that, which is good, and replaced it. So overall, I thought the first Battle Scroll was pretty good. There's a lot of things they didn't do that they could have, but I think that it showed that they wanted to make small changes. And the changes I thought were all positive. I didn't think any changes in there were bad. So now, this month, last week actually, they dropped the second Battle Scroll. And the second Battle Scroll went a little bit different. So if you haven't seen it, it's available on the website. But the short version is, they have identified several units which are strong, which are overpowered.
I wish Sentinels were one.
Yeah, Sentinels were not on the list, which is a little bit surprising.
Sentinels should be on there.
Well, it doesn't affect us, but yeah, I think so. But
the person who did it was a Lumineth fan.
Yeah, maybe. But you have Fulminators and Stormdrake Guard for Stormcast.
Pink Horrors.
Pink Horrors, along with some other ones. So the only models that we actually have that are on the list are Pink Horrors and Bastiladon with Solar Engine. Oh, and Marathi and the Bow Snakes.
Bow Snakes.
Yeah, we have those too.
Bow.
And the idea is, if you have one of the problem units, which are called priority targets, but if you have one of the problem units, if the problem unit is killed by a non-problem unit, then the person killing it gets an extra point. Almost like they're monsters, right?
If a problem unit kills a problem unit.
No extra point.
Ooh, so you don't want problem units killing problem units.
Right, not if you want the extra points. So that's fine. And then some armies are sort of identified as being poor performers, let's say. Gloomspite, one of them. Nighthaunt, one of them. Slanesh, one of them. So that's 3 of our armies.
Beasts were identified as one?
No. I think the only ones from Chaos were Slanesh and Skaven. Beasts just got an update where their Herdstone gives them like a ginormous amount of rend. So the thought is they're actually going to be pretty competitive now. But that aside, if you're in one of the low performing armies, you get an extra point. So whereas killing a unit of Bow Snakes would have gotten somebody 1 point, if Nighthaunt kill a unit of Bow Snakes, yeah, they get 2 points.
Hooray!
So I thought we'd just discuss pros and cons and what we like and don't like. And Drake, what are your thoughts on the Battle Scroll?
I like that they made problem units.
I think that is one of the best positives of the Battle Scroll is, for the most part, they identified problem units. They identify units that are very powerful for their points cost, or that have very strong war scrolls, or that cause other problems.
I will figure out a way to make Sentinels on that list. I would figure it out.
So I think that's good. I think it shows that Games Workshop has a good understanding of what needs to be changed. What else do you think?
I don't know? I remember the rest of the War Scroll.
Well, I'll tell you what I think is sort of cool. I like that it shows they sort of know what, where the problems are, mostly.
Yeah.
I like that they're trying something different. So rather than just, raising up points or whatever, they're trying something a little bit different. I sort of like that. I think that's sort of cool. And in some ways you look at that and you think, okay, they recognize that some armies need a little bit of help. Some armies are a little bit powerful. That said, I'm not a big fan of this battle scroll.
Really?
Yeah, for two major reasons. The first is, I think that clearly the battle scroll doesn't change anything about the units. Those units are still as powerful as they ever were, right?
They just get you an extra point.
Night Haunt is a weaker army on the battle scroll.
To get a box.
Yeah, for now. But they're a weaker army on the battle scroll.
As of recording.
But the battle scroll, even though they get an extra point for killing a Mega Gargant or whatever, it doesn't do anything to help them kill Mega Gargants. So if you couldn't kill a Mega before, this battle scroll doesn't help you kill a Mega. In fact, it's basically nothing, right? Because if you can't kill it, you can't get your bonus point. So I don't see any value there for the lowest armies. I also think that I don't like that rather than take the war scrolls that are problematic and sort of adjust them, like they did with Pink Horrors, like they did with Kragnos, they sort of just said, well, we're not going to change how the game is. We're just going to give bonus points in matched play to change up who might win and lose. And so it doesn't affect narrative at all. It doesn't affect open play at all.
How does open play even work?
Open play is you sort of just grab whatever models and have fun killing each other.
So
there's more to it than that. I don't want to be flippant, but it's much less structured. It's sort of like, you don't have to worry so much about bringing the right number of battle line or anything like that. Yeah.
Minecraft creative fun.
It's like you've got some models, your friends got some models. Let's just play Warhammer. We're not going to worry about everything. Let's just hit each other. Yeah, open play.
And then I'll bring in a Beast of Norg from the random edge of the board.
There you go. So I think I also don't like that they just bolt this on. So rather than addressing the issues, they're just like, well, we'll bolt this on, and that might change. That might change how the who wins and who loses.
Like 40k orcs.
Now we're not
like with bolting things on.
Oh yes, I see. 40, just smash some more on the side.
That'll fix things.
So we're not tournament players.
Nah.
But as I look at it, I don't see that it helps the low performers at all. Because like I said, if you had trouble killing these units and that's why you were losing,
this isn't gonna help you.
You're not gonna. This does nothing to help you kill those units. I do think in a highly competitive tournament, you might see things shake up a little bit. If every unit of Stormdrake Guard gave bonus points, maybe the Stormcast player is going to bring less of them, right?
Or just none of them.
Yeah, you might not see.
Saint. Never mind. 2.0, come back here.
Exactly. You might not see the Oops All Dragons list, right? You might not see as many Fulminators as you might otherwise see. You might not see. Right. You might not see a big unit of bow snakes or 2 units of bow snakes, right? Maybe you only see 1.
Now.
Yeah, there you go. You might only see 1, or you might see them protect that unit more strongly than they had in the past. So there might be things like that. And so if you're a Mega Gargant player, maybe you're in trouble because they give up 2 points every time a Mega Gargant, plus a point for being a monster. So they kill a Mega and you get 3 points. Unless you kill it with a priority target.
Then you get nothing.
Then you get no bonus. You just get the monster point.
Oh.
But, so I think at that top level, you might see lists shift a little bit because people don't want to give up the points. But what that's going to do is sort of shuffle the order at the top or near top, I think. I don't know that it's going to rearrange the people at the very pinnacle that are already crushing the competition. If you're playing middle table Warhammer where you're just having fun with dudes.
I feel like the Sinister Six is getting threatened. I feel like there's going to be a new Sinister Six.
I don't know if there'll be a new one, but I think it might change them up a little bit.
I think one of the Sinister Six is going to get kicked out with a replacement.
Maybe. Those Mega Gargants, If they're losing that many points every time one of their guys die, that could be a problem.
Wait, Mega Gargants are in the Sinister Six?
The Sons of Behemoth? I think they're like, number 5 or 6. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not as up on the...
they're near bottom.
There's a YouTuber called The Honest Wargamer who has stats on everything. So if you're interested in stats, definitely go there. We're not as up on the stats and who's doing what at the super current. But Megas Sons of Behemoth have been problematic for a lot of armies. But so while it might have that effect, I really don't see it as helping low tier armies.
Yeah.
Now, there's been some thoughts online about why they went this way instead of new War Scrolls. What do you think?
They're tired of making new War Scrolls.
They're tired of making new War Scrolls.
We're taking a break. We're going on holiday.
So the theory I saw online that was pretty cool, or that I sort of want to believe, is that the new General's Handbook is already being printed, right? It's already in China, or wherever they print their stuff, coming out. So they can't really...
Underwater base.
Secret underwater base.
Someone get the submarines.
But because it's already being printed, they can't really change War Scrolls or points, because that would invalidate what's coming in summer, right? Okay, I could get behind that. And plus, like I said at the beginning, I think the idea that they can sort of mess with other stuff is pretty good. Like maybe they could take the struggling armies and say, all right, Gloomspite, Night Haunt, you, as part of your battle allegiances, right, your battle traits, you also get to take 200 points more models. That would be pretty cool.
I still feel like Gloomspite needs some more battle traits because all they have is the Batman.
Oh yeah, they need a new battle tome with new stuff.
That's the next video. New stuff for Gloomspite.
New
That's
stuff.
our next video.
Maybe.
That's our next video.
But, so there's other things I could do, and I think that would be, I would encourage that. I think branching out from just War Scrolls and points is good, and I would like to see more of that. I just think this thing, where you're not addressing the underlying problem, you're just sort of bolting on different scoring opportunities, can change the result.
Scoring opportunity over here.
Exactly.
Another one over here.
It might change the result of a tournament, but it doesn't change the internal balance really, or make problem things not problems.
So how do they even track who's winning in the tournament? Is it wins or points altogether?
So on the Honest Wargamer, they have a whole thing about how to do it, but they track a lot of different things. But when you're talking about who's winning, usually they're talking about, most tournaments are 5 games, and they're talking about which factions are winning all 5 of their games. It's going 5-0.
So like, if you win 5 games, you get 1 point in the tournament rankings?
No.
So how does that work?
So each individual tournament isn't linked up in any way. So there's not like a super tournament of all the tournament players, usually. So they just, what the Honest Wargamer does is look at the stats and say, all right, we've collected the results from the last 50 tournaments, and all 50 of them, some number of, there's been some number of 5-0s, and some tournaments are really big, so multiple people go 5-0. And so they say, all right, who went 5-0? Well, 20% of the time it was Stormcast, and 5% of the time it was Seraphon, and never did it happen for Beasts of Chaos, and that sort of way. And so that's what they look at, and they say, all right, well, if you're going 5-0 a lot, then you must be one of the strong armies.
Yeah.
If you're going 5-0 never, then you must be one of the weaker armies. And you can parse it out by 5-0, 4-0. You can do 4-1 if the loss was the 5th game. So you won, and then just lost your 5th game. There's all kinds of ways you can parse that data, which is pretty cool if you're a data person. But that's sort of what gives you the idea. There's no like one true method.
Wait, is it data or data? Which one's the true way to say it?
You could say it either way.
But which one's the correct way?
I don't think there's a correct way.
Big mystery.
I think you could say it either way. But anyway, so I guess in summation, I'm not a big fan of this particular battle scroll. I don't think we're going to use it in our games. Maybe.
I mean, if they ever come up.
If it comes up. We only have a few units where it might matter, so.
Well, I can scratch summoning pink horrors off my list of 2 summon. I'll summon all
I don't know, but if you summon pink horrors, that's like 50 wounds. What are the odds? I only get the point if I kill all of it, right?
Never mind, pink cores are back on my list.
That's the thing. If
So pink cores are
you
a
might give
hard
up.
priority target.
Yeah, they're all hard priority targets. So you might give up a few points, but if you're, if it takes them 3 turns to kill your pink horrors, all the while you're holding an objective or whatever, then you got all those points. They got 1 extra point for killing the horrors. You still come out on top, right? Mm-hmm. That's the other thing is I feel like it changes the incentives about what units to bring, and that's, like I said, at a tournament level, can be good. It's like restricting cards in Magic or whatever, where you can't bring as much, so that you then reach out and it makes the meta a little healthier. But I'm not a tournament guy, and this does nothing to address the game as I play it. So that's sort of where we are. Mm-hmm. Also, I wonder if they're going to update it. Like every quarter, are they going to come out with a new list? Or is this just like, here's what you have until General's Handbook comes out, and then that supersedes everything? And maybe the General's Handbook one will be really good.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see. Maybe
Kragnus becomes an OP monster for just 5 points.
I'm sure. I could see that. 5-point Kragnos. Why not? Well, any other thoughts on the battle scroll?
New Era of Wa.
New Era of Wa. What do you think about them doing the updates every 3 months? Yeah.
I just came up with a joke.
Okay, what's your joke?
What does an orc say? What does a French orc say when he's leaving?
What?
Au revoir. I think that's French.
That is French, but why does an orc say it?
Au revoir.
Oh, au revoir. Yeah. So it's au revoir, like that maybe. So anyway, I think that what we're trying to say is I like the idea of balance updates. I thought the first battle scroll was great. I would like to see a little bit more like that rather than this method. But if you're out there and you like it, definitely let us know in the comments your thoughts, if you've played it and if it's had an impact on your games, because we haven't played it yet. So maybe it's super impactful and we're totally wrong. But if you have experience with it, please let us know, and it would be great to learn about it. Any final thoughts? No.
This time.
This time. All right, well, this has been Battle Ready, and thanks for watching.